Well, welcome to Front Porch Conversations. We're glad you came back to visit with us, and you're going to love our guest today. I'm getting to know her, just beginning to get to know her. I've only talked to her a little bit, but in that little bit of time, it was fascinating to me what all she told me that she has done. I'm Gay Martin today, and I am so happy that you're with us. And sitting with us today is my guest, Phillis Perez. Phillis, thank you for taking time to come sit on the porch with us today.
You're very welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
Pretty new to Advent Christian Village, aren't you?
I've been here a year and a half now.
Have you really?
Yes.
Yeah. Where'd you come from?
I came from West Virginia down, but I was living there. My sister and brother-in-law lived there, and so I had family up there. But I'm originally born and raised in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, you're native Floridian.
Yes, I am. Third generation.
You're back home.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
Yes.
How did you find out that we're here? We're so rural.
My sister and brother-in-law were Advent Christians there in West Virginia. They attended church there.
Okay.
So when they relocated here to Mayo, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And the first thing started looking for a church, and they found Advent Christian.
Yeah.
And they realized this was a community and that I was looking for a place to come down and live. And so they sent me the application to West Virginia, and I filled everything out.
Did you really?
Yes.
Well, where were you born? Where were you raised?
I was raised in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, in Tampa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I went to school there, and then I went to college in Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd you study?
Mortuary science.
Phyllis.
Yes, I have a degree in mortuary science.
You have a degree in mortuary science?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be. Do you have siblings?
I do. I'm the oldest of 7 of my mother's, and then I'm the second of 5 of my father's.
Well, my stars, you're a big family.
Yes, ma'am.
And are they scattered all over?
Yes. In fact, I have an older sister that I never knew I had, but I had my DNA done through Ancestry.com.
Listen to you, that's fascinating.
And one day I opened it up, and my sons had their DNA done. And there's this person that was just right underneath my sons, but above my nieces. And I was like, who is this person? So I contacted her, and apparently she had been adopted. My father, and she was my father's child. Yeah. And she had been adopted. He was a teenager when she was born.
Oh, big.
And so now we're very close. We've met,
really?
And we talk every day. And I've been to California, and she's been here, and we've had a wonderful relationship. And I'm so blessed that she was brought into my life. I've
Isn't
been really
that
blessed.
fascinating?
So I'm no longer the oldest.
No, you're not.
Which I coveted that position for so many years because I got to boss everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Offer all kinds of advice.
You were like the matriarch.
Yes, exactly.
Now, going back to mortuary science, what drew you in that direction?
I think it was my purpose.
Do you?
Not to do mortuary work, but to comfort people in the worst time of their lives.
Interesting.
I wanted to be there to offer love and compassion and just be there for people. And so that led me to become a grief counselor and to work with hospice. And
that's a natural transition.
And so I think that portion of understanding of life and death was more important to me than the mortuary part. So I became the grief counselor and worked with hospice for quite some time. But as anything, any profession that you use your heart and empathy, you become worn down after a while, but you burn out.
Yes, of
course. And so you have to step back from that sometimes. And so I did. And
how long did you work in the mortuary business?
About probably a total of about 15 years. 10 or
that
15
is a long time. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure you brought a wealth of experience of dealing with people.
Well, it was kind of like I started off just doing like the visitations as an attendant. And then I got further and further and I thought, well, I could do this. And then I went to college.
Well, I'll be. That's fascinating to me to see how God choreographs the portions of our life and how He gets us where we need to be.
That's right, He does. He does, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then I was a single mom with 3 little boys, so I had to do what I could do to
3
survive.
3 sons, of course.
Yes, and so I did numerous jobs in addition. I waited tables while I was in college. I worked in a nursing home. I've done online surveys for medical.
Have you really?
Yes, ma'am. Dennis asked me, the service coordinator asked me the other day, he said, well, I bet you never did a secret shopping. I said, I bet you I did. He said, you're kidding?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I said, yes, it's a real company. And I used to do like Dunkin' Donuts and Publix and secret shopping.
Please, God, let me do that. I'd love to do Dunkin' Donuts mystery shopper.
It was fun.
I didn't know they still did that.
I don't know if they do now, but this was back.
Yeah.
My boys were little. But I loved it.
I bet you did.
It was fun.
I bet. Yeah. So where did you do grief counseling?
Virginia. Martinsville. I worked in Martinsville, Virginia.
Did? Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you raise your boys there?
No, my boys were actually raised between 10, because I took them to college with me. They were already born and up in age. And so I took my sons with me. And then we moved to Virginia, and then we moved back home to Leesburg, Florida. And so that was where. So we've lived everywhere, it seems.
What did you do around Leesburg? Because I came from the Leesburg area.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, I worked at Page Theus Funeral Home.
I know them very, very well.
And I bet you did. And because they were right there on Main Street.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary Blanchard was at the time my supervisor. And so I left there. I needed to be at home. My children were in middle schools and high school, and that requires, I think, more attention from a parent.
So. You're right.
And so I worked at home, babysitting and making things and doing things, my crafts and selling and stuff like that.
What do you do for crafts?
Well, back then I used to sew rabbits. and I would make the outfits for whatever sports team
Okay.
that person wanted.
That's
I did a lot
big deal.
of gator
I bet.
dresses and outfits and a lot of UFs. And sometimes they'd want one of each because they would, be of both teams. Maybe the family was a...
Those things are so in demand.
Yes. And then now I do jewelry art.
Do you?
Some people will commission me when their relatives pass and they have a whole jar of old vintage brooches or something. So I will make something into that from those. I will do baskets of flowers. I will do Christmas trees. That was originally where jewelry art came from. Was years ago people would have Christmas trees made from the old jewelry. And they would take it out in remembrance of their mother or grandmothers or whatever.
People are going to be knocking on your door. They are. They're going to be gathering up their jewels and knocking on your door.
It's been fun. It's been fun to search for the jewelry. And I have friends who have vintage stores down in Dade City and Zephyr Hills, and they will save up all their broken jewelry and send it out to me.
And that's a good way to utilize broken jewelry.
Yes, recycle.
Is to recycle it
ma'am.
That.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be. What are you doing since you got here? You've been here a little over a year, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I do transport occasionally for folks that transportation may have been just a last minute thing. Either their transportation didn't show up or so forth. So I've started doing that. I am in the process of working over at the nursing home. I called it an end-of-life doula. It's to sit with folks who may need that comfort for that transition.
And you're perfect for that.
Thank you.
But you're also perfect for the family that remains because you've done that in the mortuary business.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm looking forward to that because I really feel that that's
who you are,
who I am. And I saw when she was saying how much her linguistics was her calling.
Yeah.
That's me and the way I feel about sitting with people who are transitioning to be with the Lord and leaving us. And I want to be there. I want to be there for that person that doesn't have anyone, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we do have a lot of people here that don't have families any longer.
You're so right. You're so right.
We need that. Even today, I sometimes visit with some of them as here at Advent and just give them comfort, a hug, a talk.
That's one thing I love about this place, is that there are arms to go around you no matter who you are here.
Yes, that's right.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to be here.
Oh, is it?
It is, because I've had family here for years.
Oh, you have?
But the love you feel here is palpable. It's tangible.
Yes, it is.
That thrills me that you've been sitting here. You're on a mission.
I am now.
Yes, you are.
It took me, and I want to explain a little why it took me so long to get involved. Was just before I arrived here, I had lost my son to cancer.
Oh,
and
Phillis.
He had been battling for 5 years, and so his death took a real toll on me.
I bet.
It just took a long toll because he survived for 5 years battling the cancer. So you go through a whole process of grieving even before they're gone. And so it did take a toll. And I wanted to be mentally healthy,
Good
before
for
I
you.
got involved in helping others, because then you mask your own pain.
Of course you do.
So,
of course you do.
and I needed to heal from that.
That's not easy at all.
Nope.
Where are your other two boys?
I have a son that lives with his family. He has a little farm in Brooksville, Florida.
Oh.
He's begun a new family. He has older children, but now he has babies that are 4 and 2.
My.
And then I have an older son that lives in Tennessee, in Livingston, Tennessee, with his children. Or no, with his wife and her son, and his children are grown.
Okay.
And in fact, I have a great-grandson that was born last year.
Oh, my. Have you seen him?
Not yet. I'm going to try this Christmas.
And he's in Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, where was your son living that you lost?
He lived in Mount Dora, Florida.
Did he? Not far from Leesburg.
Nope, they all 3 graduated from Leesburg High School.
Did they really? Yeah, my boys graduated there too.
Wow,
How
that's
about
nice.
that?
Yeah,
We're family.
We might be.
I think we are. We'll talk.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you've really gotten busy here now a little bit in really important things.
I try, if I see something and I think I can help, then I'll help. I try to be there for people, and I think that's probably my greatest gift, is being able to be approachable and
Exactly.
ask others if they need help and assistance. I can do it.
What do your sons do for a living?
My oldest son is retired military. He was an officer in the Army, and he was one of the first officers in Iraq when the Iraqi war started. And he was injured, not horribly bad compared to some. But then he retired, and he opened his own dive school in Jupiter, Florida, and was teaching scuba diving. And we're all scuba divers, as a matter of fact.
Are you really?
I've been diving since I was 16, and I've encouraged my sons to get their license and become divers as well. Well, he took the most interest, exactly, and he loves to shark dive. He takes tours for people to shark dive, and well, not me.
This does sound like fun to me, Phyllis.
And my son that passed away, my middle son, he worked for pest control most of his life, or there in Leesburg. And then my youngest son, he's a now stay-at-home dad, and he runs his farm, and he processes organic meats, and he has a facility on his property that he processes chickens and goats and hogs and cows.
Bless his heart.
Plus, he takes care of those little babies all day. His wife is a nurse at Advent Hospital. In Zephyr Hills, and she's studying to be a PA, and she'll be finished here within another year. She'll be finished and become a PA.
Boy, you have accomplished children.
Yes.
So do you see your how many grandchildren do you have?
I have a total of 12 and one great-grandchild.
One great-grandchild. I'll be.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, Phyllis, you are fascinating.
Well, thank you.
You really are. Now, since you've been here, where do you live here on campus?
I live in the Carter House on the second floor.
Okay.
And I love it. I love it. I live next door to Ms. Faber, and she has just been so wonderful to me. I'm like her granddaughter or her daughter,
Glad to hear
I
that.
look out for her, and she looks out for me.
I've always said when you come here, you feel like you fell into family.
That's right.
And that's not always the case, but you feel that way here.
Right.
Well, I want to ask you, too, while you're visiting with us today, you worked for the military at one time. Tell me about that.
Well, after 9/11, prior to 9/11, they had begun the Joint Task Force. And the Joint Task Force meant that different branches of the military would be working together. And there are documentaries on TV and explains more about that. But they offered me a position, the Joint Task Force, through General Dynamics. And so I became a contractor, and they sent me to Guantanamo Bay. They needed an assistant there for the program manager that oversaw the prisons. It's the servers and the network and everything that was communication and needed to, because it is a naval base.
Yes.
But the Navy was not involved in the actual running of the prisons. It was the Joint Task Force.
Really?
So different military units would come in and take over. So the Air Force would come in, but they were only TDY for 3 months. Okay. And so then we would bring the Army in, and like the Puerto Rican National Guard would come in, and they would work with us. And because their TDY is a 6-month, so we'd have them for 6 months, and so on. You know, it was mostly the, and we did have a Marine unit as well. In fact, the Lieutenant Colonel, I was her direct assistant, and fabulous person, fabulous. I loved her. We worked well together, and so with my project manager with General Dynamics, and then supporting her, it became a real fabulous place to work.
How long did you do that?
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Did you live there?
I lived there.
Right on base?
I lived right on base. I had a home. I had, there's not a lot to do, but the things that are available to you to do was my forte: diving and fishing and swimming and being on the water when I wasn't working. So it was a great place.
Oh, my word.
I mean, you wouldn't want to stay there forever, but I do have friends that, in fact, I have a friend that's been there over 20 years teaching. She teaches at the, the elementary school there for the families. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's whatever you can fit into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I went to Germany from there and lived in Germany for 2 years.
Why did you go to Germany?
My husband at the time, I had gotten married, and he was stationed there and worked for AFRICOM through General Dynamics. He was also a contractor.
How did you like Germany?
I love it.
Do you?
I love it. I would go back today if I could.
Would you really?
Yeah, I love it. It's just, the people are wonderful. It's clean.
And you were well received there. Well
received. There were times when they didn't want you to. You had to keep a low profile sometimes, especially right after the war, or during the war. You wanted to be careful, but for the most part, I lived on the economy. I didn't live on the base.
You did?
So I lived within the German community of Holzgerlingen, and it was just beautiful. I was close to Zurich. I could get to Strasbourg, France. I could go to Austria. It was just...
And most of that's rapid transit, isn't it, or not?
I drove.
Did you?
I drove.
You win.
When I wasn't ready to go, I just went. Sometimes I would take the train to like Perez, or if I had friends coming. But my girlfriend, my best friend, since we were kindergartners, came and visited. Her husband had just passed away, and she came and stayed with me for a month, and we just drove and went.
I bet you did.
It was fabulous. We had a great time.
Did you like the food?
I love the food.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was great.
I bet you learned to cook a lot of it.
I did.
You not?
Everywhere I went, I learned to cook whatever the dishes were. So.
My stars.
Yes,
Phillis.
I loved it.
And when you came back to where in the States?
When I came back, we purchased a home in Brooksville.
Okay.
So we lived in Brooksville first.
You've been all over.
Oh, yeah.
A varied life.
They call me Gypsy.
Gypsy. I like that.
My mama said she would never know where I was at the time. She'd call me, "Where are you today?"
Yeah.
But
you have such a colorful background and a lot of experience in so many things.
Yes.
Yeah. We're glad you're here.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm so glad people are going to get to meet you.
I hope so.
And know who you are. Yeah. Has anything surprised you about Advent Christian Village that
the diversity of the people, and so many people, if you talk to them, they have done so many wonderful things. Oh my goodness, the lady next door to me writes novels. The Miss Faber, oh my goodness, she has a wonderful story, and so many artists, and oh my gosh, every time I talk to somebody new, I delve into their personalities and who they are and what they like, and
there's a lot of stories stored in there.
Yes, yeah. I've always thought about writing a journal or a book of some of the stories they tell me.
Well, we feel that way about you.
Thank you. Yeah. I make sourdough bread, so that has been a great thing there, because I make bread for everybody, and cinnamon rolls are my thing.
Well, brand new news here. We should have started with cinnamon rolls. Phyllis, we thank you.
Oh, well,
so
thank you for
coming
inviting me
and visiting with us today. And I don't have to tell you, she comes alive when she starts talking about her background. What an asset she is to us, and I'm glad she got a chance to visit with you today. And I hope that you'll join us again on the front porch. We'll be looking forward to it.